I've ever received.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, Dave, we are at 9:30. We got about a half an hour or so. Well, we got an hour and a half left if we really want it. But we've got our fourth guest of the night on hold, and I don't want to keep Mr. Santiago holding any longer. We'll bring him on live. We're going to be talking with Mr. Mike Santiago. He's fighting at HFC, I think it's 15 on April 6th. Mike, are you there, man?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey, how the hell are you?
I'm good, man. I feel great, man. A little less than a week away from the fight, Just getting these last, couple pounds off. Feeling awesome, man.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, before we get rolling on this, I wanted to bring in my co-host. I got sitting here with me Dave the Butcher Clifford. Dave, are you there, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to be talking to you, bro.
You too, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We like to promote the Midwest, and of course we had Team Top Notch in the house at an event that I was working at, and I got to meet you guys, and I'm really happy to bring you out and promote what you got going on. So why don't you tell us about where it's at? Tell us where it's at, how they can get tickets, and who are you fighting? I mean, whose ass are you going to kick?
Well, this guy's name is Terry House Jr. Be fighting in Valparaiso, Indiana at 145. I guess I just got moved up to the main event, so that's pretty solid, man. I'm excited for that.
Awesome. Are our other homeboys from Top Notch on the card here?
Yeah, actually, Ryan Berry's fighting on the card too.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you guys luck on that for sure.
Yeah,
what kind of a fighter is he, man?
My opponent?
Yes.
Man, I don't really, man. I could say he's like a grinder, man. I've been watching some of his tapes, and man, he fights the same way pretty much in all his fights. He sticks to what he knows, and it seems to work for him. But it's not going to work against me, man.
Well, and you see that a lot. The guys they'll come out and they'll have the game plan, and each and every fight it's the same thing, and you see it over and over again. So what do you see in these tapes of his that you're watching? What holes do you see that this guy's got? What are you bringing in there that's going to just put the massacre to this cat?
Man, he says he's a boxer and a wrestler, but honestly, I see no stand-up in his game, and he throws wild punches from the outside and, tries to tie you up and, bear hug you to, maybe put you on the fence and take you down and try to ground and pound you. But, I'm young, but I have a lot of professional experience, man, and I'm just not gonna let that shit happen. I gotta keep him at the end of my punches and, just fight my fight, not his.
Well, I'll tell you what, I got to say this. Top Notch is known for being a Muay Thai gym. I know you guys worked that angle hard, so getting put on the fence is going to be a big mistake on his part.
You're right about that, man. And I also not only hope probably the one of the top stand-up gyms, if not the best stand-up gym in the Midwest. But we also have a solid wrestling coach, man. And I've been wrestling since I've been 5 years old, all the way through high school. And then, right after high school, I, started fighting right away. And then I got a lot of great training partners. Ricardo Lamas, he was like a 3-time All-American in college. So, my wrestling game is there too. So it's not going to be easy for him to take me down either.
Well, and having training partners like that and people to work with in the gym, man, I mean, that's definitely got to give you inspiration. And having some top-notch fighters to train with, man, is giving you, just, I guess, the greatest opportunity. And like a sponge, you're soaking it up. We've mentioned Team Top Notch, and you mentioned a couple of the coaches. Why don't you, tell our listeners and tell me, man, who are the people over there at Top Notch that you're working with?
Well, like I said, my head trainer, Mac Ramos, man, he's great, and he can just adjust to any type of fighter, Ricardo Lamas, he's the top featherweight in UFC. We have old Cuban national team coach for wrestling. His name's Alex Ponce, and he's just got awesome tricks, man. He's got so many great techniques. He's world class. And my boxing coach, we call him Cello, and he just gets my hands going. I thank everybody, man. They help me every day, man. We don't just do one thing, one specific thing. It's a mixed martial arts gym, so we're constantly training and everything, man.
Well, and that's what you're seeing now, and representing the Midwest well. Like I said, I mean, I certainly predict a victory, and any of our fans out there listening that are going to be anywhere near Indiana or want to take a road trip, that's in Valparaiso, April 6th, coming up quick, and that's Hoosier Fight Club, HFC 15. This man's the main event, Mike Little Bully Santiago. So what are you looking at now? What's your record these days, and how are you getting used to this lifestyle now? I mean, has it become pretty much your whole life to be working out all the time and be at the gym and just learn MMA all day?
Yeah, man, that's all I do, man. I got, besides training and getting ready for fights all the time, I do, personal training. I do like one-on-ones with people at the gym. So, I'm in the gym all day. Like, that is my life. That's what I do. That's how I make my money. That's how I make my living. And, it's going to be like that until either I get where I want to be or until I can't fight anymore,
Well, are you there?
Yeah,
yes,
I'm here,
sir.
man. I just didn't want to step on your toes. I'm sorry.
No, I just was waiting for you. It's your turn, homie.
No, that's all right. I didn't want to step on your toes, man. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Besides training as a fighter, a lot of the fighters, you had mentioned that you do personal training. Do you do any kind of seminar work? Besides just there at the gym, do you do any traveling to teach as well?
No, actually I haven't, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing it. I love helping people. People have been helping me my whole life and getting me ready for my upcoming fights in my career. So I love to give back and I love to help people. So if anyone would want to put me down for a seminar, they can contact me through either Facebook or Twitter.
Well, and you see that a lot with gyms. I mean, gyms almost become like a second family to a lot of fighters. And for some fighters, they become family, in more ways than one. And I just, wanted to hear from you, what the atmosphere was like there at Top Notch, and any advice that you might have, for amateurs coming up that listen to our show, any advice that you might be able to give those guys.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge family. It's I always say it's my extended family. Like, I'm at the gym and I see those guys more than I see my regular family. So I treat them like they're my brothers, my uncles, everything. Like, we get to the gym usually same time. We'll train together. We'll take a break. We sometimes nap at the gym. In between training sessions. We eat together. I mean, sometimes we hang out, and it's like I said, it's just a huge family, man, and that's a great bond to have coming up in this game, especially for the amateurs, because then they have something to look up to, they have something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, certainly. And the way I want to say also to any promotions out there listening, obviously we just had the CEO of Victory on, and they do some pretty good things for fighters. These guys carried themselves like true professionals at the event that I worked, and I was real impressed by the way you guys handled yourselves, both in and out of the cage, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun kicking it.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing that our trainer, Mac, he really pushes us, or, he really tells us, you guys got to be professional, and he pushes us, he gives us a little pat on the butt, like, this is the direction you guys got to go, so, he'll never steer us in the wrong direction, you know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, absolutely. I completely understand what you're saying. He's a good dude. I had a lot of fun kicking it that time. Did you guys have fun in the UP or what?
Yeah, man, we had a good time. We had a great showing at it was a solid show, man. You guys put together. It was great, man. I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, man, afterwards, Rick had that signing, and that was pretty cool. And then we had to hit the road right away, but when we were there, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was real fun, man. I appreciate the kind words too, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
Well, and you had mentioned how that Mac wants a professional team. When you guys go out and you're in public, you have to be professional, because this is a business, and you've got to conduct yourself in that way. And I just wanted to get your thoughts, coming up in the business, what are your thoughts on the business side of the sport? I mean, you get to fight. Do you leave that mostly up to the managers and let them handle it, or do you get in there and grind on that side of the business as well?
No, yeah, I just let Mac handle everything. He's the boss. Like, I do the business. He does, like, the business part, the money, and, all the promoting and all, like, getting my name out there. But at the end, I'm the one that's, going through all the training and going into the cage and fighting. No matter what, he's there with me. That's my main man, dude, Mac. And, he's just the boss. Whatever he says, man, I'm usually right there on it. So I never have, like, I never really say no to him if he tells me about something. Yeah.
Well, how could you? I mean, I was real happy to finally meet him after talking to him quite a few times, and it's just like I said, man, he's a good dude. People go there, and if they're willing to work hard and they're willing to listen to somebody that knows what the fuck he's talking about, they're gonna make it. They're gonna do something with it.
Right about that. That's all he asks for us. He said, just listen and do certain stuff that he says, and he'll get you where you need to be.
Well, and we've interviewed that bell tells us that we got 2 minutes left with you, and I guess before I turn you loose on sponsors and people you want to thank, of course, I just wanted to say that we've talked to a lot of people on this show. We've had Hall of Famers, we've had guys that are fighting for titles, we've had champions on the show, and they all say, there's not necessarily all doing the same things, but I'll tell you what, the things that you're doing, same thing those people are doing, and we're behind you right here on Uncensored MMA, man.
That's awesome, man. I really appreciate the time, man.
Dave, you got any other questions? I thought you might have this.
It's up for you.
You might want to ask the tag team question.
Oh, go ahead. Ask him that, brother. Do what you want to do. It's your time now.
Right on, man. Well, listen, one question we like to ask, most every fighter we talk to, if there was tag team MMA today, who would you pick as a partner and who would you want to fight? And we're talking open weight.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, me and Rick, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say me and Rick, the bully and the little bully versus man, this is a tough one. Because we tag team at the gym all the time, man. We're always throwing down everybody, man. For that. I'll say GSP and who else don't I like too much?
Makes it a real grudge match.
I was just talking shit about GSP earlier too.
Oh yeah. I dislike him, man. I mean, he's a.
Remember at the fights? Remember when I said that shit in the cage and the Canadians all booed?
Yeah, I do remember that. Your boy Nick Diaz, right? Yeah, I'm a huge.
Yeah, me too. That's my boy big time. I'm still behind Diaz. Give him half that money for not getting weight.
Yep, right about that.
But go ahead. Who's the other guy whose ass you gonna kick?
GSP and who else do I really like? Damn, I don't really know, man. We'll keep it in the 70s. Who just fought Carlos Condit? Oh, Johnny Hendricks. Oh, no, I can't say
Johnny
that.
Hendricks.
He's tough.
What about McDonald?
Oh yeah,
we'll
Roy
throw
McDonald.
Zombie in there.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll toss that out there.
There you go. McDonald and GSP go down at the hands of the bully and the little bully. You heard it right here.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
In the UMOR Tag Team MMA Magical Fantasy Organization.
The saga continues. We ask everybody this question, bro, because eventually we'll have a recording of everybody's answers.
That's awesome.
So go ahead and shout out your sponsors and coaches again and those websites, bro.
All right. Well, you can reach me at on Facebook at Michelangelo Santiago, or on Twitter at Santiago MMA. And shout out to all the people I train with, and especially me and Ryan Berry. We're getting ready for this HFC fight. My trainer Mac, Cello, Rick, my boy PJ making his boxing debut, and little Jake, all my all my boys at the gym, man. And my sponsors, Grip Mouth Guards, Cane Management, B&K Signposts, man, Cane, let's see, I don't know, man, bunch of them, bro. There's just so many. But everyone who's out there helping me, man, I appreciate the support. You guys too, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, well, Mike, thank you very much for taking the time to join the show tonight. We wish you best of luck at your fight coming up April 6th at Hoosier Fight Club. And, we look forward to talking to you again soon, man. Hopefully after the show we can talk to a victorious Mike Santiago.
Oh, yeah, sounds good to me, brother.
All right, man, you take care.
Later.
Have a great night, bud.
All right, man, have a good night.
Later.
Later.
All righty, gang, that was Mr. Mike Santiago. Got a fight coming up at Hoosier Fight Club against Terry House, April 6th over there in Valparaiso, Indiana. If you're in the area, get out there, check it out.